the things you've been thinking about, Peter, make me sad.
Spider-Man 2. Man, this movie was my go-to movie as a child. This movie I watched probably about 112 times. I don't know why I said the exact number 112, but I literally watched this movie over 100 times. This is by far my top 10 favorite movies, and I feel like it helped me out through life. It helped me out through my childhood because instead of going out in the neighborhood to do bad things, I stayed in this house and watched this movie over and over and over and over and over and over again. Now, was Spider-Man 2 better than the first one to me? It was, to me, it was not better than the first one. The first one was kind of better to me, only for the simple fact that it was like, it's kind of hard to beat the first one. You have so much high expectations for the second one. Like, the first one was not as fast paced as the second one, but I feel like just the first one was just better as far as just the plot, um, the villains, the what was going on, like getting into his life in high school a little bit, and like how he was, like being a nerdy kid and this, that, and the third, and then what he did to get to where he is now as being full-time Spider-Man. Like how he when he got bit, what he did with it, and stuff like that, showing how he progressed in his costume. I just thought the first one was better because of those smaller details. This one, after all that was, explained his origin and how he was. This one was just about Spider-Man in general. Um, but I enjoyed the first one because of those little details. The villain of this, Doctor Octopus, Alfred Molona, Alfred Molona. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He was good to me. He played a good villain. His acting was was good. It was good. I believe the acting as being a scientist and uh, how he wanted to create and be the first to be able to harness energy like that, which is the power of the sun, was good. What I didn't like about his acting was it just felt wonky in that scene when he was in that abandoned warehouse and he was talking to himself in the mirror, and then the arms were talking to him and this, that, and the third. It just felt kind of wonky to me. I understand that his arms were connected to his cerebellum and they were inhibited at first by an inhibitor that he had on the back of his neck, so the arms wouldn't take control of him. But in an accident where he was trying to stabilize the fusion reaction, the inhibitor was broken. So when the inhibitor was broken, the arm started talking to him, telling him to do the bad things. Basically, took away his inhibitions and all the stuff that he really thinks. And then the arms started talking to him in his brain, and then he wanted to do bad stuff. I felt like that scene was kind of like just wonky to me. I don't believe that it was like that serious to the point where he was like, "We need to steal some more. We need to do this again." I mean, the experiment cost the life of his life. I don't feel like the arms have enough power to oversee that fact that his wife is now gone because of it, the love of his life. Um, Now people might say that, oh, maybe his love of his work is more powerful than the love of his wife. That's why the arms were able to talk him into doing that. But then I don't think any love of work would go over the love of your wife. You see what I'm saying? I know it's your life work, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that his wife has helped him out through his career, was there to support him, and I feel like that would overpower that love for his wife that he lost her would overpower it and be like, I lost my wife. I don't want nobody else to lose their wives. But of course, this is a Marvel kids movie, and nobody, cares about that. These little kids want to see an action sequence and a villain. Of course, they got it. I like the psychological issues that Peter Parker goes through in this movie about how he is regretting and wishing he wasn't Spider-Man because he is using the excuse of him being Spider-Man to miss out on all the opportunities, like going to Mary Jane's plays, being late for work, just everything. He wasn't able to balance it out. It was kind of interesting because I looked up subconscious before, like I think last year or whatever, and like the subconscious is very powerful. If you feel a certain way in your subconscious, it will manifest into your physical being. Like for example, I read somewhere where if a girl is thinks she's pregnant, she really thinks she's pregnant, she will start develop symptoms of pregnancy even though she's not pregnant at all. If she really believes that she's pregnant. So if he really regrets and doesn't want to have the powers and is regretting having the powers because he's missing out on all the opportunities, especially with Mary Jane, since that's the love of his life. I did like the fact that they put that in there that he was losing his powers, that he lost his powers for a brief time in the movie. So it's a kids film. They don't care about that. They don't probably people that probably didn't get it. The kids probably didn't get that, but I for the adults, it was pretty interesting to see that for a Marvel fictional character to have that put in the film and be like, okay, no matter what happens, even a hero or a regular person, you believe something and you want something and you regret something strong enough, it will manifest into your physical being and could be even powerful enough to take away your powers. The scene from this movie that I remember the most was the train sequence when Spider-Man was trying to stop the train, or he just stopped the train. That sequence was important to many aspects of my life. There was plenty of times in my life where I felt like I wanted to give up, but I just kept on. I'm a movie guy. I like reviewing, like rewatching movies in my head. In my private thoughts. And that scene where his face is just, his face is just crazy and stuff. I feel like it helped me out through tough times. Every time I thought like I couldn't do something, this, that, and the third, I just remember that scene. This man stopped the whole train. I know he's Spider-Man. I know he's a fictional character. I know in this movie he has super strength, but he's still strained with it. And he didn't want to let these people die because of Dr. Octopus. What he did was the first time it didn't work out, he tried to shoot one web out on each side. The one web on each side didn't work, so he shot about 10, 11, or 12 webs on each side. So every time my web broke, the other webs would take its place. So it just made me, like in some certain times in my life, be like, okay, if this didn't work out, try this way or try that way, or try it again and try it again until it works out. I know he only did it twice. The first time it didn't work, the second time it did work, but it just helped me out a lot in my life. The thing that bothered me about this movie was why in the world did Harry Osborn still want to kill Peter after he found out that his father was the Green Goblin? It didn't make no sense to me. You would think that when he found out his father was Green Goblin, he knew him and Spider-Man were clashing. So obviously he knew that his father was trying to kill Peter, his best friend. So why in the world would he not go to Peter and be like, I just found out. I should have believed you. I apologize. I apologize. And I just feel like it just didn't make any sense. That's your best friend, and your father was trying to kill your best friend. You should have went to him and been like, "I'm sorry. I realized it. I understand," and everything should have went back to the way it was. But that's just not how it is. And if that was the case, then the stuff that happened in Spider-Man 3 wouldn't happen. So I guess I understand it. Thank you guys so much for watching my quick review of Spider-Man 2. Please leave a comment down below to let me know what you guys thought of the movie. And as always, if you like my review, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also, guys, if you want to see more content from this channel, please make sure you subscribe. And until next time, forward. Always. Or what I should add.
Hey, where are all my comic books?
Oh, those dreadful things. I gave those away.